Never let one failure hold you back. In a small town, there lived a young girl named Priya. She was bright, ambitious, and had dreams of achieving great things. Ever since she was a child, Priya wanted to become a singer. She loved music and would often sing for her family and friends, who admired her beautiful voice. Singing made her feel alive, and she dreamed of performing on stage in front of a large audience. As Priya grew older, she decided to pursue her dream more seriously. She practiced every day, joining local singing competitions and talent shows. Her parents supported her passion, believing in her potential. They encouraged her to follow her dreams and to work hard. One day, Priya heard about a prestigious singing competition in a nearby city. The winner would get a chance to record a song in a studio, which could open doors to a professional singing career. Priya was thrilled at the opportunity and immediately signed up for the competition. She practiced day and night, choosing a song that showcased her vocal talent. When the day of the competition arrived, she felt both nervous and excited. This was her chance to take a big step toward her dream. However, when it was her turn to perform, something unexpected happened. As she stood on stage in front of the large audience and judges, Priya's nerves took over. She felt her hands shaking, her heart pounding, and her mind blanked out. She struggled to remember the lyrics and stumbled through her performance. Her voice, usually so strong and beautiful, was shaky and weak. When she finished, Priya knew she hadn't given her best. The judges thanked her, but she could see the disappointment in their eyes. She didn't win the competition, and as she left the stage, tears filled her eyes. She felt as if she had failed herself and everyone who believed in her. For weeks, Priya couldn't stop thinking about the competition. She replayed the performance over and over in her mind, wondering what had gone wrong. The failure weighed heavily on her heart, and she began to doubt her talent. Maybe I'm not meant to be a singer, she thought sadly. Maybe this is a sign that I should give up. Her parents and friends tried to comfort her, telling her that everyone has difficult moments, but Priya couldn't shake off the disappointment. She stopped singing and avoided anything related to music. The joy she once felt from singing had turned into fear and self doubt. Priya didn't realize it, but she was letting one failure from her past hold her back from her future. One day, Priya's grandmother, who had always been her biggest supporter, noticed her sadness. She sat down with Priya and asked, "Why aren't you singing anymore, dear?" Priya looked down, embarrassed to admit her feelings. "I failed, Grandma. I couldn't even remember the words. I think I'm just not good enough." Her grandmother listened patiently and then placed a gentle hand on her shoulder. "Priya, do you know how many times I failed when I was young?" Priya looked up, surprised. Her grandmother was a kind, strong woman who always seemed confident. She couldn't imagine her failing at anything. "When I was your age, I dreamed of becoming a teacher," her grandmother continued. "But in my first job as a teacher, I made mistakes. I got nervous, forgot my lessons, and the students didn't listen to me. I thought I had failed, too, and I almost gave up. But then I realized that one mistake, one failure, didn't define me." Her grandmother smiled. Failure is a part of life, Priya. It doesn't mean you're not good enough. It just means you're learning, growing. Don't let one failure hold you back. Instead, let it make you stronger. Priya listened to her grandmother's words and felt a spark of hope. Maybe her grandmother was right. Maybe one mistake didn't mean she should give up. She took a deep breath and decided to give herself another chance. She started singing again, practicing with a renewed determination. This time, she focused not on avoiding mistakes but on enjoying the music and learning from every experience. She reminded herself that even the best singers in the world had faced challenges and setbacks. As the months went by, Priya's confidence grew. She started performing in local events again, and each time she felt a little less nervous. She remembered her grandmother's words and didn't let her fear of failure hold her back. Then, one day, Priya heard about another singing competition, similar to the one she had entered before. At first, she hesitated, memories of her past failure creeping into her mind. But then she reminded herself, one failure doesn't define me. I've learned and grown since then. I won't let it hold me back. With renewed courage, Priya decided to enter the competition. She practiced every day, focusing on her strengths and learning to manage her nerves. She visualized herself on stage, not as someone trying to avoid mistakes, but as someone who loved singing and wanted to share her voice with the world. When the day of the competition arrived, Priya felt a mixture of excitement and nervousness. But this time, she was ready. As she walked onto the stage, she took a deep breath, looked at the audience, and began to sing. Her voice was strong, clear, and filled with emotion. She didn't think about the possibility of making mistakes or failing. She just sang from her heart, letting the music flow through her. The audience was captivated, and when she finished, there was a moment of silence before the crowd erupted into applause. Priya felt a surge of joy and pride. She had done it. She had faced her fears, overcome her doubts, and given her best performance. When the results were announced, Priya was named the winner of the competition. As she held the trophy in her hands, Priya thought back to her grandmother's words. She realized that if she had let her past failure hold her back, she would never have reached this moment. She had learned that failure was not the end but a stepping stone to success. From that day on, Priya approached life with a new perspective. She understood that everyone faces setbacks, but it's how we respond to them that truly matters. She never allowed one failure to hold her back again, and she encouraged others to do the same. As the years went by, Priya's singing career blossomed. She recorded songs, performed on big stages, and inspired many young artists to chase their dreams without fear of failure. Her journey became a reminder to everyone that one failure in the past should never hold you back from a bright future. One failure doesn't define your journey, it's a lesson that makes you stronger and wiser. Always move forward, knowing that every setback is a step closer to success.